What's going on with you guys? My name is Kenneth, aka 1 Week, and it's official. It's TJ Dillashaw fighting for the Flyweight title versus Henry Cejudo, and it's going to be the UFC main event for UFC 233. And wow, it's just really wow. The Flyweight division is just ended. The UFC cuts most of their flyweight fighters, and they're just free agents right now. And TJ Dillashaw really wants that second title, dropping down to 125 division, and I think it's a pretty good thing for him because TJ Dillashaw is a very small bantamweight champion and a small bantamweight fighter as well. And I think his best home is just to be a flyweight, but the flyweight division is just pretty much dead right now, and Henry Cejudo is just going to go up to UFC's 135 division, the bantamweight, and I think he's going to do well in that division. But for now, it's champion versus champion, 125 versus 135. Henry Cejudo, in his last fight versus Demetrius Johnson, where he won the UFC flyweight title, he was doing good. I think it was a great fight. It excites me. It excites the division as well because Demetrius Johnson, after all the years since 2013, he hasn't shown any weaknesses. He ain't slowing down. He just keeps on improving as well. But on that fight, the wrestling of Henry Cejudo was just so unreal. Unreal to be seen. His Olympic style wrestling. He's just holding down Demetrius, throwing some ground and pound, and Demetrius just trying his best just to counter during the stand up game. Because Henry Cejudo, he does have great power in his both left and right hands. In their first encounter, Henry Cejudo was KO'd by Mighty Mouse during the first round. Easy fight for Mighty Mouse, but in their rematch, it was really unexpected for Henry Cejudo because everyone thought Mighty Mouse will just beat Henry again through a decision. But in this fight, Henry was so aggressive, and he showed the world why he is the best flyweight ever. So for TJ Dillashaw, after all the years, I like TJ Dillashaw since he came out from the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, he was KO'd by John Dodson, and that's it. But after that, he showed great improvements every fight, just like Henry Cejudo. No one thought that TJ Dillashaw is going to be a big deal in the UFC. I'm sorry, TJ Dillashaw. No one thought that TJ Dillashaw is a big deal. And then he fought Henan Barao for the first time, and it was a game changer. So many people speculated that TJ was using some PEDs or some growth hormones, those stuff, but I don't think so. He's clean, yes, and I like that he doesn't do drugs. Yes, in his drug tests, they're all clean, and his wins. He won the title. He defended it again, and he defended it again to Barao in their rematch, and he was just really devastating for that bantamweight title. But he lost to Dominic Cruz. In that fight, I saw the weakness of TJ Dillashaw is the guys who are great counter punchers. Yes, like Dominic Cruz. During the slugfest in that fight, Dominic Cruz doesn't have good strategy in terms of slugging type of pace, brawling, just like TJ likes. But Dominic Cruz knows how to back up and counter punch, and that is the main problem for TJ. Wrestling wise, no problem. Wrestling wise, no problem. But TJ doesn't do well with his defense. He's like the greater version of Edson Barbosa. Great kicks, great knees, elbows, punches, but both defense are just kind of weak. And for TJ Dillashaw, uh, I think it's going to be a big problem for him if Henry can counter him, because Henry Cejudo can counter a little bit, but yeah, but I think it's going to be a big advantage for him because in his fight with Cody Garbrandt during the first one, he was caught by a big hook by Cody during the end of the first round, and it was a counter punch. So I gotta watch out for the counter punch. But for Henry Cejudo, he is defeated by Mighty Mouse, the only one. He was defeated through strikes, and I've watched his fights. He's a type of fighter who is great in stand up, but he can't perform well if the fighter is just too fast for him, or the volume punches are way out of his league. But on wrestling, I don't think he can take down TJ easily just like that, because TJ is much more bigger and stronger. No, not stronger. Yeah, just maybe bigger. I think TJ is going to be bigger in this fight, but stronger. I'm going to pick Cejudo for this one. Being an Olympic medalist is just beyond expectations in the UFC competition. So stand up, I'm going to pick TJ to win, but Henry does have the puncher's chance because of his counter punch. But TJ, all of his punches are just deadly. But stand up, yeah, I'm going to give the stand up wise for TJ Dillashaw, and for the ground game, yeah, it's all right. Henry Cejudo. That TJ doesn't have good ground game. He does have good. He's the good wise, good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, but Henry is just on another level on the wrestling department. But TJ is a great he does have really good takedown defense, and it's going to be a big factor for him, and throwing a lot of punches, and maybe he can caught Henry Cejudo with some great head kicks. The one he is most famous at is the faking low head and throwing his straight left hand right across the chin, and now he's faking it and then throwing his big head kick. So that can be a factor too. So, but my prediction goes to, I think Henry Cejudo can win through a counter punch. I don't think yes, a counter punch KO. I don't think he can win through a decision unless he can take down TJ easily in this one, but I don't think it's going to happen. So the chances are for Henry Cejudo, he can win through counterpunch KO, I think. And for TJ Dillashaw, it's going to be volume of strikes and maybe resulting to a KO. And I just like KO. So TJ Dillashaw 4th round KO, because TJ during the first round, he doesn't really do well during the first round, and but in the Garbrandt rematch, he KO'd Garbrandt because Garbrandt was just playing nonsense in that fight. So TJ Dillashaw 4th round TKO. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. 1 week out. Peace.